Hello traders, welcome back to my channel. This is Junior with Trading the Charts Pro, and tonight guys I'm gonna be talking about growing our account to $1 million within 5 years. All right, and I'm also gonna break down how it's possible to grow an account to $1 million in less than 5 years as well. All right, so what does it really takes to grow an account to $1 million? All right, first we're going to talk about the ingredients to grow our account to $1 million. The first one is discipline, guys. What is discipline? Discipline, as it relates to this, really speak to you understanding price action and only taking trades whenever the trades are correct, whenever the setups are pretty much very clear, and you're not just running around and trying to gamble in the market. So as far as discipline goes, we're waiting for the trades to be very clear, and then we take the trades. Patience plays in a little bit into discipline, but we have to wait. Just relax, let the trade comes to us. We're not getting up every day and jump into the market and try to trade everything we see. We're waiting for defined opportunity. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, we have to fully understand price action, guys. And what does that mean? It means that we know how to read chart patterns, and we did our study, learn how to identify these patterns, and we stick to 1, 2, or 3 patterns that we are very competent at identify in the market, as well as these patterns fit our personality. Does that make sense? Then we want to get good at risk management. What does risk management mean? Well, risk management really means that we're taking a trade at the low risk entry every time. So every trade we take, we're making sure that the risk reward ratio is, risk supposed to be, let's say you're risking 2 points, the minimum reward you should be getting for your 2 points risk is at least 4 or 5 points. Does that make sense? So you're risking 2 points, you should be getting around 4 points. If you're risking $200, you should be getting $400, $500, or $600 profit for that $200 risk. Okay, so that's what that means when it comes to risk management. Focus. We have to just let all of the noise around us just go past. We cannot be trying to trade like one person over here trying to trade one person. We have to find our own system and stick to it. So that's what focus means. And then we also have to stick to the goal. So as far as this table that I have here, guys, I'm showing you how you can technically grow your account year 1, month 1, starting with $5,000. Okay, that's why we have 5,000 here, and our goal is to get 10% per month. Now somebody look at me and say, well, that's crazy. Well, yes, that's gonna seem like it's crazy because an index fund is not gonna give you 10% return in 1 month. But if you're an active trader and you know how to read price action and read charts, guys, it's very, very easy for you to jump in one trade and get 10%, 15%, 20% return on that trade, especially if you know how to read options. But you don't necessarily have to know how to read options or trade options, but just trading 1,000 or 100 or even 500 lots of shares can give you a 10% return within 1 month. So in order to do that, we have to get back right here, understand all of these principles, and also get some coaching. Some coaching will help you to know what you're looking for and know how to find it when you see it. All right, so guys, 10% as it relates to your $5,000 initial investment for your first month, you really only needed to make, let me get this pen back over here, you really only need to make $500 in their first month. $500. Does that make sense? How hard can it possibly be to scan the market, create your watch list, find charts that have a setup or is going to come back to a support resistance, or is going to show a specific pattern that you have created an alert, so that when the stock gets to that level, you'll be notified, as well as you have it on the watch list, and you're watching it for the low risk entry to make $500 on your $5,000 in 30 days. Does that make sense? So someone would say, well, if you make 10% every month, what about the months when you lose money? Yes, there are going to be months when you lose money, but the beauty about this is that once you learn how to read chart patterns, you're actually going to have months when you're exceeding your 10% return. So there is months when you may make 30% in one single trade. Now, how does that affect the sheet overall? Well, if you make 30% in 1 month, that means you have 2 months basically where you can go on try to achieve your 10%, or you can pretty much lose 10% and roughly be right around the same place on track to get to your goal at the end of the year or at the end of the month. Does that make sense? So the thing about this is we're really taking advantage of the compounding interest effect, and this is why Warren Buffett is so rich, guys, because he creates a simple model just like this, and this is what he used. I don't know what his set goal is for the month, but what I've seen from analyzing everything that he does is he has a set goal, and he allows his account to do the compounding effect, and that is exactly what we do here. So every month you can see as your account grows, you know, the percentage, 10%, the first month was 500, you know, by you get down here, you can see that, okay, your 10% was actually around $720. You can see that by month 6. So the bigger your account gets is the bigger your 10% is actually going to be. When you come over here in year 5, month 11 to 12, after you have achieved around 400,000, you can see that from month 11 to month 12, your 10% was actually $40,000. Is that possible? Yes, it's possible, because now you have a lot more capital in order to make plays, find small trades, and also now you can utilize other strategies that are much safer than strategies that you would use when you just start out. What are some of those strategies? Well, covered call is one of the strategies that you'd start to use once you break, you know, anywhere above the 100,000, 150,000 mark. You start to deploy things like covered call, and if you understand how to trade options, now you start doing things like spreads. What are spreads? Spreads are simply the same strategy as a covered call, except with covered call you're actually buying the shares and then you're selling the out of the money options. Now when it comes to spread, you're actually buying a option and selling a option against the option you currently own, and this is called a spread. Does that make sense? So the bigger your account get, you will have to know how to deploy a lot of these different strategies to maintain and lower your risk as the account gets bigger. But guys, I just wanted to show you that, hey, if you create a plan and stick to the plan from day 1, month 1, year 1, it was $5,000. Month 2, you actually achieve your 10%. That was only $500, guys. Sometimes I think because this thing gets, when you simplify it so much, it become crazy. Like, oh, can I really get 10%? Yes, it's possible. A few days back, I took a trade on DocuSign. I entered into the evening, and then overnight stock moved up just a little bit. Next day I closed out the stock because it was going to pull back a little bit, or it started pulling back. Guys, I made 9% return. Now technically I didn't really need to trade for the rest of the month in this account because I already achieved my 9-10% for the month. Does that make sense? So, you know, just keep things simple, come up with a plan, and then stick to the plan. Create, you know, your spreadsheet. Make sure you're tracking all your trades, and don't over trade, guys, because one of the biggest problem why traders fail is every time somebody sees a green candle, they want to jump in because they feel like the stock is actually going to go higher. But that is not the secret. That is not the recipe. The recipe is discipline, patient, understand price action, understand risk management, focus, and stick to your 10% goal per trade. If you take 5 trades for the month, guys, and you get out at 10%, you know, let's say things start to pull back, you get out at 10%, you have already exceeded your monthly goal. Why get out at 10%? You don't necessarily have to get out at 10%, but you can move your stop loss up and protect that 10% and allow your winners to run, so you can achieve maybe a 10, 15, 30% on that trade. But always make sure you're securing your goal first before you try to, you know, gain more. All right, guys, I wanted to, you know, change this up a little bit for the persons that may be able to start this thing with more than $5,000. All right, how do I get to the $1 million mark, you know, if I can get started with 20,000? Well, guys, look at this. If you have $20,000 to start with month 1 with the knowledge and the understanding, and you know how to trade, price pattern, manage risk, focus, take the right trades, your first month 10% is actually $2,000. You can see you did that for the entire 12 months. By the end of the 12 months, you'd have built a $20,000 account all the way up to $57,000. All right, now we go all the way over to year 4. 7 months into year 4, guys, you would have actually hit the $1 million mark. This requires discipline. You know, this also means that this technically has to be an account where you can just, you know, build it up. You know, you're not drawing the money out, so you can actually see the progress of what you're doing, sticking to the discipline. So personally, I have a second account that this is strictly what I do in that account, just to make sure I'm able to track and prove that this method is really possible before I come out here, you know, and do a video on this. So it's possible, guys. You just have to get the information, get discipline, be patient, understand price action, manage your risk, stay focused, stick to your 10% goal, and then allow compounding interest to do the rest of the work for you. Right? I know there's gonna be some people that, how are you gonna get 10%? Well, if you only know how to invest in the S&P 500, a long-term hold, this does not apply to you. This only applies to the trader that can actively move their money around and find the best opportunity every month. Some months you can make 10%, some months you can make 50%. Some months, I've had months where option trades, you know, pumped out 100% return. So in order to do this, you really need to get the information, get the discipline, and then stick to your plan that you have created, and you too, my friend, can grow your account from whatever size it is to the $1 million mark over time. All right, so if you like this video, you know, just give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video.